All right, GM, everyone, let's get started here. This is the 10th installment of the Validator Meetup. Can everyone hear me okay? I've been having some computer problems this week, but can you hear me?
Yep, sounds good.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
Great. So this is the 10th installment of the Validator Meetup. If you're new, we get together every month and once a month to talk about updates for the Validator community, and it's a chance to talk with core devs, troubleshoot issues in real time, and also, just to get to know each other and hang out for a second. So without further ado, this is the Validator call for the month of October. And before we hand it over to Igor to talk about some updates, we just want to talk about a new bounty that's up on Discord. And here, let me just link you to the channel. It's called GC Bounties. Or if someone else can link it in the chat, that would be great. We have all the bounties listed there. So you can get a full overview. There's, I think, 3 or 4 right now, but there's one that's dedicated to Validator content. And it's paid out with praise. Praise is then swapped to GNO. Or actually, no, I'm sorry. This bounty is paid directly out in GNO. And it's 0.15 GNO per contribution. It's capped at 2 contributions per address. And then each month, the community will vote on the best contribution, and the top 4 will receive an additional 0.35 GNO. And you can write like a Twitter thread, you can write a blog post. It's like a nice way for people who maybe aren't as technical to contribute and just to earn a little bit of GNO while you do that. So let me link the bounty right here in the chat. Cool. And Chim already did that. Let me link directly to the actual bounty that I'm talking about, though. Sorry. I think with that, we can hand it over to Igor for a brief update. So go for it, Igor.
Yeah, thank you, John. Hello, everyone. I'm going to tell you today about the upcoming update and also about the on-chain incident we had on the network on the last week. But first thing first. So we have planned hard fork, which is called Dencun, and it will take place slightly after the Ethereum will go through the hard fork. This update have some interesting EIPs, and I guess we should focus today on the one which is more interesting than others. And this EIP number is 4844, and it's called Protodunk sharding. In short term, it's update that will add new type of objects. So you can it will add like blobs to the beacon blocks, and you can treat them as a data bundles that is related to the as a sidecar that is related to the beacon blocks as a sidecars. So in short term, it's more layer 2 solutions oriented thing, but also it may appear new use cases for blob space in future. So as blob space is not such expensive as the call data, they will allow to store some additional information on chain. And also the goal for the Gnosis chain is to stay as close as we can to the Ethereum. We cannot fully fulfill this property because of different block times, etc. And you also can, if you're interested in more like technical details and upcoming EIPs for the Dencun, you can follow the GitHub specifications with the link I sent it just now in the event chat. Also, I would like to tell you about the incident we spotted on the network during the last week. It take place from 9th to 20th of October, and we registered total of 4 such incidents during that period. So in short term, chain was unable to finalize new blocks for like some short periods, a maximal of 9 epochs, I would say. And after that time, issue is disappeared. So we are currently on investigation stage, but the good news is that we had no chain splits or forks during the incidents, and chain was finalizing correctly after the sequence of bad blocks. So most likely the root of the problem were the bug in execution client, and currently Nethermind team have potential fix ready. So when they will release the new version with the hotfix, we should follow the upgrade plan. Of course, we will notify you when to upgrade to the new version. And also we will provide more detailed postmortem later, describing the exact root of the problem. And also, I would like to tell you that it reminds us why client diversity on the network is necessary. Because with like huge percent of client diversity, we would most likely avoid this problem. So we are going to work to increase client diversity and make this process like smoother as we can. And also one more thing, I guess we should like
Base.
clarify. Sorry?
I think someone just unmuted their mic by accident.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay. So also, I guess we should clarify the situation around the reward claims and after claims. So because we are staking Geno, which is ERC20 token, we are not able to just send rewards to the validators. So validators should claim their staking rewards by themselves. It's necessary to be compliant with the ERC20 specification because some like on-chain and off-chain protocols like chain indexers and oracles are related to the ERC20 like interface and compliance with the ERC20. So we should treat Geno as ERC20 token, and that's why it's necessary to claim rewards yourself. Of course, it's not a big deal to create like service that will auto-claim rewards, but also we had people who are annoyed with the auto-claims. So from the community, we got the most desired solution. I will also send the link on the forum where like so-called opt-in solution proposed. And when will implement this thing, everyone who want the rewards to be like claimed automatically will have to go through the like opt-in process. And of course, we will provide the details when things will be ready, and we'll notify you. And I guess that's all from my side. Back to you, John.
Okay, cool. Thank you, Igor, for that update. And I know you just answered the opt-in autoclaim question. We have one more from Beam Me Up Now. This note from the core devs call, we could, quote, we could also add additional non-pruning nodes, not necessarily archive, end quote. Can you expand on what does that do to help prevent issues? Does that question make sense for you, Igor?
So you're talking about non-pruning nodes?
Beam me up. You can unmute your mic or you can type in the chat, whichever you prefer.
Yeah, so on the core dev call notes that were recently posted, the underneath some discussion about the issue, there was a mention of running additional non-pruning nodes, and I'm just curious if that's something that would help with that issue, or if it was related or not.
I'm not sure it is related because we are not for now we are not 100% confident what the cause. Of course, I mean, non-pruning nodes, archival nodes, are able to help to investigate the issue when it's happening, for example. Because for example, during this incident, we have to look into our fund blocks to determine what exactly was the cause of the problem. Because when blocks are missed, its body and data about this block are not saved to the normal node. So it's helpful for investigation, but I'm not sure it will prevent such an incident.
Okay, that makes sense. Thank you.
PhiloZoom also answered, who, if you're not familiar, also is a core dev for Gnosis, and says that those nodes are just for debugging purposes on our side, so mostly for us, but they wouldn't prevent incidents from happening. For example, they only have more information for debugging. Chim asked, by the way, sorry, do you have an ETA for the opt-in autoclaims? And PhiloZoom says, not yet. We're being swamped with many other higher priority tasks. So yeah, now is a good time to either unmute your mic and ask a question, or you can type it in the chat and I can read it for you. But if you've run into any issues as a validator, be it on a DApp node or your own equipment, this is a great opportunity to talk to other validators, and obviously we have some core devs on the call, so go for it. Okay, no problem. If there aren't any pressing questions, then I want to let Igor go and PhiloZoom, or Zam, sorry, because I know that you're busy. But I'd also like to just ask people here some background information, like how did you get started as a validator? How did you learn about Gnosis Chain? If you want to just quickly introduce yourself, that would be cool. No pressure. You don't have to. But it's just a nice opportunity to get to know each other in a low pressure kind of situation. So I guess I can start off by saying, I work for Gnosis, obviously. I've been here for almost 2 years. I am familiar with Gnosis Chain dating back to the XDAI days. There was like bow swap. I don't know if you remember that. But I've been around for years at this point. I'm probably a dinosaur. I'm not a boomer, but might as well be a boomer. And I work on the comms side of things. And yeah, I used to hang out just to show you how much of a boomer I am. I used to hang out on Bitcoin Talk. And then I slowly made my way into the Ethereum ecosystem, and then started making friends with people at Gnosis. And here I am. We're all boomer of someone else. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, cool. And I have a DApp node. I love that Gnosis has made it just really easy and accessible for people to validate on the network. I think it has big implications, and I'm proud to be working for a network that's community run. So yeah, if anyone else wants to just say what's up, then great. If not, we'll call it a day.
This is Beam Me Up now. You can call me Beam. So I started node running by running a Go Early validator for almost a year, testing my different minority clients for the Ethereum ecosystem, and then stumbled across Gnosis chain and actually decided it more vibed with my core. I was really excited about the way things function here. It seems more like early Ethereum, whereas Ethereum is kind of, I guess, more late stage. It seems more to align with things like open source and decentralization here, and I really enjoy that.
Cool. Good. Yeah, good to have you, Beam. Chetty5 says, I convinced my company to be part of XDAI validators, but in the moment we started Beacon Chain was boring. Well, I hope it's not as boring anymore. We got advised to start validating on GBC. Yeah, nice. Cool. All right, well, thank you everyone for making the time. We will get together next month on the third Thursday, or sorry, I believe the fourth Thursday. So the 23rd of November, right here on the voice channel and the Gnosis Chain Discord. And of course, in the meantime, if you have any questions or you need support for running your validator, you're all familiar with the Validator channel. Yeah, check out that bounty, and we'll see you on chain. Thanks so much, Igor and Filozam, for making the time, and we'll talk to you soon. Take care.